Let's have our weights nearby. And we're just 3 to 5 pound weights. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead, and if you want, and again, this is optional for this, we're gonna grab them. And they can be light, it's fine. All right, here we go. So we're gonna start with just a little squat and hip hinge combo. And what that's gonna look like is hopefully, so I think for most of us, if haven't been using weights, I just wanna say this, let's keep it light, like 3s. We are gonna do an overhead press with these. So again, if overhead pressing, and you'll see in a second, feels too much, you just don't use them, okay? You can always pick them up for the squat. So how it's gonna start is I'm gonna bend at my elbows, I'm gonna press up to the sky. And because it's new, maybe for some of us to do this, keep it light. And then I'm bending back down. I want to kind of pull back down. I send the arms long. I'm going to turn the weights by my to face my thighs, and I'm going to go into a little hip hinge. So remember, hip hinges, knees stay over the heels, sits bones go wide and back. My shoulders are onto my ribs, so they're pulling into my ribs. And I'm just going to go down a little bit, and then I'm going to drive back up. I bring the weights to my elbow, to my shoulders, and I'm going to sit into a little squat. And then I drive up and I press up. And take it easy. We're not going to go too fast. Pull down, arms lower. I know it's a combination, and hip hinge. We'll take it easy. Here your hamstrings might stretch. Hopefully, core is lifted. You drive back up, bend at the elbows, and then sit back into a chair. And you decide your depth, okay? Press up, weights go up. Coming down, and hip hinge. Take your time. Slow strength now. And pull. Let's think about that pressing. Pulling back down. Lower. Give me, I think I forgot the squat. That's okay. If you did it, good. Hip hinge. Come back up. Bend into that bicep curl. Sit back into a squat. Press from your legs. Drive up. Drive the weights up and use your glutes. Pull back down. Extend through the arms, hinge. Drive from your legs, press up. Bend at the elbows, sit back into your squat. Press from the legs, press all the way to the sky. Use your glutes to press that overhead press. Pull back down. Lower, arms turn, give me a nice little hip hinge. Core is lifted, shoulders on your ribs. Press from the legs, take your time. Bend at that elbow, and then sit back. Drive from the legs. We're going to do 2 more. Press to the sky. Pull the weights down, even though they're light. Extend through the arms. Turn. Give me a hip hinge. Hinging at the hips. Pelvis goes up and back. Press from the feet. Bend at the elbows. Sit back into your chair. Push back up. We'll do 1 more press up like this for now. Press up. And then pull back down. And just lower the weights. Nice job. How'd we do? Okay? Okay, good. All right, let's just hold. Let's go right to our lateral lunge as I promised you. It wasn't that far away, actually. But we're going to just hold one weight right now in your left hand and a little bit wider here. We just do 6 each side. Okay, so I'm going to take the weight now, and you'll find your depth, right? We're going to take the hips back and down. That's a hip hinge. I touch inside my foot. I'm going to drive up. I pull the weight into that bicep curl, and then I'm going to give me a press. We come back, and we lower. Stick it, and up. And if you fall a bit, you can bring your foot onto the ground, right? It's fine. 2. Use your eyes. Woo! See? It's okay to fall. Keep going. As long as you catch yourself. I don't want to fall over, of course. But that's part of learning, is being a little unsteady. Good, keep going, you got it. I'm gonna do 2 more, that's it on this. Notice how the glute has to work as well. Pull you back to center. Let's do 1 bonus one. And up. Okay, beautiful. Change sides, switch the weight. 6 times a side, 6 to 7. We're gonna go over, find that weight in the inside of your foot, pull back. Each side is different. You can bring your foot to your side and then press up. Pull back down. Touch. Make sure you get those hips back and down into that hip hinge. And use those eyes. Whew, I'm starting to get a little sweaty. Beautiful. That's it. Find your breath. Hips back and in. Stay with your focus. Each motion gets to be fresh. Keep your attention there. Last one. Okay, good. Rest. Okay, let's take it to the ground. We need to do a little core. So let's go. We'll take our, I'm going to move the camera. Okay, let's lay on our backs and bring your weights with you. So the weights will just be on either side of your body. And everyone can hear me that I'm laying down. I have these new headsets in if you got in late. So let me know. Hopefully, I think it's supposed to work in all positions. All right, so just lengthen your body. Grab onto those weights by your side. Bend at your elbows and just press up to the sky. So again, even here, okay, I think keeping it light at first, unless you already are doing weights at home, keep it 3 pounds or, even 1 pound or none, right? So here your chest is gonna stay open. We're just gonna do a little stretch first for the lats. So I'm gonna keep my arms nice and long, and I'm gonna slowly start to reach back overhead. Now it's gonna feel like weight because it is. Just don't go all the way down. Just go to where you feel like, okay, there's some work there. And then you're gonna drive the arms back up over the shoulders. Now it is a stretch, but it might feel more like work. So we inhale, squeeze the weights with your hands. So squeeze the weights and use your core to bring the arms back up. 2, we're gonna try for 6. If it feels too much with the weights, you put them down. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, draw armpits to ribs, ribs into the belly. And so you're moving really from the torso. If you feel any discomfort in the elbows, please bend them a little bit. So I want you to stay in the muscles. And especially, I want you to drive from your core. We have one more here. Take your time and then pull back up. Good, stay right here. Make it like, do a hug a tree or kind of a variation of a chest exercise here. So you're gonna round the elbows a little bit, chest stays open. It's like I was making a ballet arms, and I'm gonna open this shape out, and then I'm gonna pull back in to that hug. And I don't wanna cut off my chest. My chest is still, you guys can't see too well, but my chest, even when I come in, I'm using my chest, but my chest stays open. It stays lifted, if you will. You can press your feet into the floor. You can even engage your glutes a little bit here to help you find stability. Open, use your chest, bring the arms back over the sternum. So now make sure your trajectory here is when you come to center, I'm not over my face, I'm not over my throat, I'm over the center, my sternum, middle of my chest. I think a lot of us sometimes go a little too high here. We're right in the center of the chest. Let's do 2 more. Your elbows are bent, slightly bent. Good, 1 more. Okay, straighten those arms back up. Imprint your low back if it's not already, and bring one leg up tabletop and other leg up tabletop. You always have options to keep the feet on the ground if for some reason, if your back gets tight here, okay? You can always keep the feet on the ground. Otherwise, we can imprint the spine, legs are tabletop. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my elbows, and this is a little bit tricky because just how we want our, so we're gonna do the first one slow. So we're gonna bend our elbows and bring the weights. My elbows are just gonna hover off the floor, and the weights are right by my low ribs. They're not up here bent by my shoulders. My wrists are in alignment with my elbows, and the weights are in alignment with my elbows. And then just from there, I press back up. So it's this nice straight line down. We're not bending towards our body, we're just bending down. And then press up, 2. and 3, and 4. Now this one we probably all could have a little more weight, but still think about the core and track the motion. And remember, we can always use our own body's resistance. Our body has this incredible capability to completely relax and completely tense if we ask it to, if we work on it. Let's do 2 more. Make sure you keep the wrists long. All right, and then back up to straight. From here, turn the weights to face forward. We're going to, from our armpits, draw armpits towards our ribs. We're going to do a little chin tuck, and we're going to curl up, reaching the weights towards our toes, and we're in this little head float. And then we're going to come back down. The arms stay at this like diagonal. You go chin tuck, reach forward, reach for your toes. If it's too much on the neck, you could put one hand behind the neck. Chin tucks, reach forward, and just use one arm. And then back down. Drive shoulders down into the ribs, and then reach for your toes. We're going to do 3 more. Feel the ribs draw to your hips. Use that core to bring you up. Last one, drive up. And then back down, right leg down, left leg down, turn the weights, bend the elbows, and then place the weights down. All right, place the weights to the side. I think we won't use them just yet. We're going to bring our arms, we're just going to go into a little bit of bridging. So I want your feet a little closer together. We're going to do 5 neutral bridges, and then we're going to try some single leg bridges, and that's optional, right? Those who feel ready for that. So arms press, back of the shoulders press. I want that chest open, and pinky fingers are facing the floor. Feel your feet. I want you to pre-engage the glutes. So I'm pressing the feet down, lifting the glutes, and then I lift up. And then I'm just gonna release back down. Pre-press the feet, engage your glutes. It's really hard for me not to give a lot of cues, I have to say. Press, I think it's important. And I'm trying to keep it simple. Press down, lift the glutes. So always drive here for these from the legs. We're thinking about hip extension, similar to a hip hinge, actually. Thinking about hamstrings and the glutes. Let's do 1 more. 5 didn't quite feel like enough. And then let's come up and hold this at the top. So press up, hold. Where am I holding from? My feet are pressing, my glutes are holding. Let's all place our hands on the front of the hips. I'd like for you to keep your hips where they are, and then let's float the right leg up tabletop or stay in your bridge. And then let's tap it back down and float it back up. 1, 2, so what's working? That left leg. Glute. 3, 4, you can always opt to stay with both feet on the ground. 5, we're going to do 8, 6, 7, and 8. Lower the leg down, find the floor, press the floor away, stand into that leg, hips stay where they are. Lift the other leg. 1, you're driving from the glute. 2, steady through the back. 3, 4, breathing. 5, you got it. 6, 7, 8, lower the leg down and lower the hips down. Take your hands behind your head, inhale. On our exhale, we're going to go right elbow towards left knee, across the body, like we did when we were standing, and then down you go. And change sides. Think about that same rotation that we did when we were standing. And we roll a little bit towards the shoulder, towards the side that we're going to. There's a little bit of a rolling towards that side, and then a forward trajectory. And I'm using my torso. My pelvis is heavy. Find your abdominals. And we're going a little bit brisk, yes. Let's do 5. Find your breath. It's nice to exhale when we rotate. 3, 2, breathing, and 1. Finish it out. Back to center, arms by your sides. Press down with the arms. 5 more bridges. Pre-press the feet down, use your glutes. It doesn't have to be high. I don't want you going into your back. I want you driving from the glutes. And then just drop it back down. Feel your feet. Trajectory of the legs is forward. 2. It's easy to go up into our upper body, right? 3. Keep it, even if it's small. Can I contract my glutes? Can I press my feet? 3. 4. Let's all bend our elbows and make fists. 5. We're going to do 10 this time. Pressing the elbows back into the floor. 6. 7. Press your feet. 8. Squeeze the glutes to rise up at the top. 9. 1 more. 10. Lower back down. Hands behind the head. Imprint the spine a little bit. Bring right leg up. Bring left leg up. Head floats up. Lengthen the legs to the sky. Flex your feet. Of course, some of us might need to bend the knees a little bit. That's fine. Or you can bend them all, to tabletop. If it feels available, lengthen them. So I'm going to lengthen my right leg down. My left leg's going to come towards me, and I want to focus on this hinge in the hip. And then I'm going to change. And you get to decide your depth. And of course, you can bend the legs. Feel that the inner thighs go right by each other. Use your deep belly, use your breath. Folding in, pulling in. 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs in, hug, and give me a little rock. A little rock side to side. Just roll out your back before we go. A couple more exercises. So rock out your back. Okay, good. Rolling the spine. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll all the way to either side and come up to all 4s, hands and knees. Let's have one weight with you, or in front, place it in front of you. Now, variations, if all 4s doesn't work for anyone on the floor, you could be on a chair. Okay, I'm just going to show that real quick. So we'll get used to variations here. But so you can also be the weight here and something like this. Okay, less pressure on the hands. All right, otherwise on the ground. All right, weight slightly in front of you. Spine is long. Let's untuck the toes actually. And core is going to be drawn in. I'm just going to lengthen your backs, draw the belly in. You're going to grab onto your weight with your right hand. And I'm just going to lengthen that weight behind me. And I want us all to pause here. So what happens is sometimes the shoulder rolls forward. We're going to bring the shoulder onto the back and reach right by our hip. Then we're going to take the arm forward, place the weight down, and leave it there. It's kind of fun to just be like, forget about that. And then you're going to pick it up again, draw your weight back by your side. Where's my shoulder? It's on my back. And then I bring it back, I lower the weight down. Grab the weight, shoulder on your back, and release it. Grab. You, of course, you don't have to use the weight. You can just use your arm and it's plenty of work. I want those shoulders on the back. 2 more. 1 more. Stay here. Where's my shoulder? Shoulders on the back and then armpits down. You'll feel a lot of work in your lats. And then release. Take that right arm, reach it way forward, slide back. Let's just intercept a little bit of a stretch for your lat. I'm crawling my fingers away from my hip and I'm reaching my hip away from my fingers. Hopefully feeling a stretch in the armpit and sides of the ribs. That area we just worked. Okay, come back up. Other side. Okay, place the weight on the other side. I want long, strong bodies. Cores engaged. Grab the weight and turn around. And bring it back by your side. First one right away. Where's my shoulder? My shoulder's on my back and it's drawing down. And the arm is just going to be by my hip. It doesn't go higher because really my focus is my shoulder. And then I'm going to release it. Whew. Grab, find it, and release. Grab, find it, and release. Grab the weight, reach it back, and release. Use your breath. And again, you don't have to use the weight. It's still a lot of work if you get that shoulder in that right place, which you'll learn as we go. Grab, reach back, shoulder in and down, reach. Arms just stays by your side because we want that shoulder on the back, working the lat. 2 more. Last one. All right, release it. Walk your fingers way forward, crawl them like a little spider, slide back. Feel that side body lengthen for me. One more breath here. Okay, come on up. All right, move the weight out of the way. I'd like to do some push-ups and then one more thing for our hips. Okay, so you can do push-ups on the wall if push-ups on the ground feel too much, all right? Push-ups on the wall, you're just standing at an incline in the wall, and same idea. Focus today is our breathing, really important. So here's how I'm gonna talk you through one specific, and then I'll let you kind of off to the races. So we're gonna do half plank. So you can have something under the knees if you need, but it's just a nice half plank. If half plank is too much, you can be in more of an all fours, okay? So because the more plank you go into, the more load, right, in your arms. So shoulders are where we just set them up for success. They're gonna be down into the body and the chest is wide. My core is gently lifted. Eyes are forward and the hands are gonna be at least as wide as your shoulders, not too close for now. Okay, so here's the breath pattern. It's gonna be inhale. I'm gonna hold the inhale as I lower. I exhale to press back up. Now, your depth is going to depend on you, but the breath helps. Okay, so let's go together. We're going to inhale, hold your inhale, lower. Exhale to press. Inhale, hold it, lower. Exhale, press. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, hold the inhale, lower any amount. Exhale, press. Inhale, hold your inhale. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhale. Hold the inhale. You got it. Exhale, press, and side back. Take your stretch. Walk your hands forward. You have to let me know how that one went. Take a nice breath. Really walk your hands away from the body. Maybe move the hips a little side to side. Yes. And then let's roll back up to a high kneeling. So you're going to push your shins down. You're going to come all the way up to high kneeling. If you were on the wall and high kneeling is available for you, come to high kneeling. You can have something underneath the knees. And for this one, some of us might want to have a chair or the wall nearby. We're going to work on standing up and getting down. Okay, seems basic, but it's actually very challenging. So we're going to take the right leg, step it forward. Now my back toes are going to tuck. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk, this one I am going to break down because we tend to think that if we go up, we tend to press down, but the trajectory is forward and up. I'm not going down. I have to press down, but I'm going forward and up. So think about, that's your cue in your brain. So I'm going to slide forward. You can use your hands. You can hold onto the wall. I'm going to press forward and up, and I'm standing. Nice. And then I'm going to go back down. My left leg goes back. I want to slowly, we're going to go very slow, lightly back down. You guys are awesome. And then I step back to high kneeling. Okay, same leg. We're going to do 4 more times on the right. So right leg forward. Use your hands or not, but the trajectory is forward and up. Use your eyes. And then I'm going to take my left leg back down. It's balance. So let it be balance. Slowly lower. And then back to high kneeling. You're light. Okay? Take the leg forward. I can use my hand. I'm going to show one with my hands just in case. I go forward and up. Slowly lower through the center and back. Last two this side. Let me face you. I'm going to go forward. I could lean forward. I could come up. Take it back. We're going to take our time as we lower. Take your time. Don't go too fast. And back. And take the leg forward, shift forward and up. Yes. And then we're going to go back and slowly lower down. Switch sides. Other leg comes forward. Use your hands if you need to. My knee is going to go forward to a second big toe. I drive from the glute and I'm up. I go back. I slowly lower down. This is where things are a little bit hairy, right? It's like, oh, because especially if you go slow. And then back. Okay, come forward. Take it forward. Use this drive from the foot to your hip like you do in a bridge. And then back. Here's where it gets can get wonky, so we control it. Yep, beautiful. Next week, we'll close our eyes. Come forward, drive up. Yep, use your hands or assist if you need. And slowly control the way back down. Last two, we got it. Drive. Lower. Last one, come forward, drive up. And we're up. That was it. It wasn't too hard. You guys had that. We'll keep that going as we go. So come back up. Take your feet a little bit wide. Inside ankle tilt. Let's open up those feet again. Shifting side to side. Picking up those pinky toes. Okay? All right. Come back in. Take the right foot forward. Ankle tilt out. Just open up the feet in case they got a little tight. We're rolling that foot out. The leg is straight. And then turn the foot in, roll the foot out here, leg stays straight. Opening up the joints of our feet because they get a little impacted when we do some of the bouncing, jumping stuff we did. Take the other foot forward, parallel first, roll that ankle open, leg is straight. The roll comes from my ankle. And then internally rotate, open up. Yep, beautiful. Good. Take the right leg, my right leg, take it forward, flex the foot. Left knee is going to bend. I'm going to sit back, take a little stretch. And then I come back up 3 times. Pelvis back, pull toes up, especially pinky toe. Drive back up. One more time. Drive back up, other side. Take your other leg forward. Toes are flexed. Hinge. Check out the foot. Is it actually doing what you think it's doing? Can I pull the pinky toe up too? So I get a little more of a calf, a little more lateral movement. Good, all the way up. Take your right hand forward, flex it. Hand is flexed, little nerve glide. We're gonna bend at the elbow, bring your fingertips towards your shoulder. Slowly take that arm out. When you feel the first tug, that's where you pause, reach the elbow away, tilt your head away. Come back up, bring your arm forward, lower down. One more time this side, reach it forward. Bend at the elbow, fingertips towards your shoulder. Open the shoulder out, spine is long, reaching the shoulder down and away, and then we head tilt away. Breathing, come back up, bring your arm forward, lower down. Other hand presses forward, chest is wide. Bend at the elbow, take the arm out, head tilt away. Make sure you're breathing. Come back to center, lower down. One more time, press forward, flex the hand, wide chest, bend at the elbow. Woo! One side might feel different than the other, opening up that line, head tilt. Come back to center, lower down. Take your hands, fingertips, and just give me a little top of the eyelid massage. Just using my fingertips. My eyes are closed. I want us to do a little release of our eyes before we get into our day. We might have muscles in our eyes. Don't forget that. We have 7 muscles each eye. Give a little, could be 6. I might be confusing it with cranial nerves. Give a little stretch here, or little circles under the eyes too. And shake it out, back to center. Okay, thank you, thank you.